Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andrew Sanders.
And I'm Rebecca Brumfield. Thanks for joining us.
President Obama announced plans today to close the detention center at Guantanamo Bay. The argument is that keeping it open runs contrary to American values about the rule of law and that it has failed to advance national security. CNN's Andrew Spencer has more.
For many years, it's been clear that the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay does not advance our national security. It undermines it.
President Barack Obama is calling for the closure of the Guantanamo Bay detention facility, delivering the long-awaited plan to Congress Tuesday morning.
Keeping this facility open is contrary to our values. It undermines our standing in the world. It is viewed as a stain on our broader record of upholding the highest standards of rule of law.
The blueprint involves transferring most of the detainees to other countries. The rest, deemed too dangerous to be moved abroad, would be relocated to a detention facility in the United States. The plan identifies 13 possible U.S. transfer sites, including a military prison in Leavenworth and the federal Supermax prison in Florence, Colorado. Senator Bernie Sanders offered up his support for the plan, releasing a statement saying, quote, "I am encouraged to see that the president is sending Congress a plan to shut down the Guantanamo Bay prison. As I have said for years, the prison at Guantanamo must be closed as quickly as possible." Reactions from other presidential candidates have not been so positive.
We're not going to close Guantanamo.
Don't shut down Gitmo, expand it, and let's have some new terrorists there.
Before any transfers to U.S. soil could take place, legal obstacles would likely have to be overcome. Administration officials say they are planning conversations with lawmakers, but the outcome remains hazy. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
On Sunday morning, 3 students from Manchester University were struck and killed by a drunk driver on Interstate 69. NewsLink Indiana's Robert Segovia has more.
3 international students were killed and a 4th was critically injured after a suspected drunk driver hit them on I-69 early Sunday morning. Police say a van carrying 7 Manchester University students was broken down to fix a flat tire when a northbound van struck 4 of the 7. 3 of the students died at the scene in the northbound lanes of I-69 on the Delaware County line. The 3 students who died have been identified as Neeraj Grace Mangal, Brooke M. Dagnew, and Krubal Elamehu Hailu. The hospitalized student was identified as Israel Solomon Tamiri. He is recovering at Lutheran Hospital in Fort Wayne. D'Angelo R. Evans was treated for minor injuries before being arrested on 3 counts of operating while intoxicated and 3 counts of reckless homicide. The students had gone to Ball State and Taylor Universities over the weekend and were heading back to Manchester University. Manchester President Dave McFadden released a statement saying, "Please hold all of the people who love these students in your thoughts and prayers. We can't begin to understand the tragic loss of Neeraj, Brooke, and Kirabel, young lives so full of promise. The MU community grieves their passing and will miss them deeply." I spoke to Captain Kent Kurtz about the UPD's involvement with DUI and OWIs on campus and their activism with trying to prevent fatal crashes around Ball State.
And we take DUIs and OWIs very seriously here around campus. We're part of the grant program which the state puts out, which allows us to take extra money and put an extra officer out 2 to 3 times a week who specifically goes out looking for DUIs, OWIs, and things of that nature.
I spoke to a Ball State student on his reaction to the incident and how this affects the community.
I think that if something like what happened at Ball State with some of our students, there would be just kind of a public outcry of just why, and I think we would have really come together to pay tribute to the people.
In Muncie, Robert Segovia, NewsLink Indiana.
A memorial service will begin tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Manchester in the Corridor Auditorium.
2 Oklahoma teenagers are due in court to face accusations that they stabbed their parents and 3 siblings to death in a rampage last summer. 19-year-old Robert Bever and 17-year-old Michael Bever have pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Bever told the detective they then planned to take the family vehicle, along with guns and ammunition, to randomly attack other locations and kill 10 people at each place. A detective says an Oklahoma teenager occasionally laughed while confessing that he and his brother repeatedly stabbed their parents and siblings, and planned to make the videos of the scene before going on a rampage to shoot other people. A hearing will be held on Tuesday to review the case and determine whether to proceed with the trial. Prosecutors plan to call a teenage sister who survived the attack to testify at the hearing.
The anonymous Anon verdict released a video on Sunday that targeted the Cincinnati Police Department. Cincinnati police made sure personal security is being brought to the forefront, but made an effort to keep credibility away from the hacker group. In the YouTube video, the speaker was also wearing a mask in hopes to keep himself anonymous. Cincinnati police officers say they are aware of the data breach. Council Law Committee Chairman Chris Smitherman stated that we are seeing our officers in uniform and out of uniform across the country being targeted. We want to make sure our officers are safe. And then also,
leaders of Warren Jeff's polygamous sect have been arrested in food stamp fraud and money laundering. The U.S. Attorney's Office said in a news release today that leaders and members of the sect diverted funds from Utah's Nutrition Assistance Program for inappropriate use. 11 people are being charged in the scheme, including the imprisoned sect leaders' brothers Seth and Lyle Jeffs. 42-year-old Seth Jeffs leads a branch of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in South Dakota and is the only person arrested in that state in the case. Lyle Jeffs runs daily operations in the polygamous community of Hilldale, Utah, on the Arizona border.
now South Dakota, I looked it up a little bit earlier. South Dakota's weather was like 32 degrees. It was about freezing.
Right.
And I mean, just being out and about today, it was so nice. It was just like really breezy, not too cold. But I mean, what did you think?
The past few days we have had a little bit better weather than we usually expect in February,
Yeah,
but I've been
that's
getting
true.
used to it. Nick, can I get used to it?
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get used to it, especially with this weather pattern making its way into Indiana here within the next couple of hours, unfortunately. Even now, you can see temperatures are starting to drop. 37 is the current temperature. With those winds coming out of the northeast at around 15 miles per hour, it feels like it's 28 degrees. Now, take a look at this huge mess that's going on right now. You can see tornado watches in Mississippi, Alabama, and even Louisiana. This whole entire front is going to push its way into Indiana, which we already are starting to see some winter weather advisories being in effect for this place until late Thursday evening. Now, coming up later in the broadcast, I'll let you know about the rain, when it's on the way, and snow. Oh no, unfortunately, it is coming back. I'll let you know the timeline for that and your next warming trend. I'll have that for you later on this evening, guys.
All right, now coming up next, find out what you need to know about the Nevada caucus.
And several Ball State students got their chance to learn a little bit of professional etiquette. This and more after the break.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. The Nevada caucus for the GOP candidates is happening tonight. 30 delegates are up for grabs for the candidates. Nevada is not expecting a high voter turnout because only 40,000 out of the 400,000 voters are expected to come out.
Here in Muncie, the Cornerstone Center for the Arts is reducing their carbon footprint. The center recently added over 400 solar panels and over $750,000 worth of heating, air, and ventilation improvements. With the installment of LED light bulbs and a new electric gas generator, the 90-year-old building is expected to cut its annual gas and electric bill by $38,000 and ending the temperature extremes inside. A ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place February 29th at 4:30 p.m. on the building's first floor in the Colonnade Room.
A local food bank is helping those less fortunate with an event to raise awareness. Brittany Carlin has more on the story.
Today I talked to Director of Development and Fundraising Karen McTagg, and she told me about a wonderful volunteer opportunity that's happening at Second Harvest Food Bank next month.
Second Harvest Food Bank is hosting its first annual Fill the Bowl event on Friday, March the 4th from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. And what this fundraiser is that you actually come and have free soup. The soups are being provided by Morrison Woods, Vera Mays, and also Panera.
During your free lunch, you are going to learn many things about Second Harvest. First off, how they are raising awareness for the 22,000 local residents of Delaware County, and also how the community is trying to help address the causes of hunger in our community by offering help for today and hope for tomorrow. If you're interested and want to get involved, you can go onto their website or call this number, 765-287-8698. From NewsLink, Indiana, I'm Brittany Carlin.
Now, if you are interested in volunteering at Second Harvest Food Bank, visit their website at curehunger.org to stop hunger now.
The Career Center hosted a career image and etiquette seminar today, and it provided information to the students on how to be professional when it comes to interviews and the first day. NewsLink's Terrence Fullalove has more on the event.
The Career Center is not only a place where students can go to look for potential jobs on and off campus. The Career Center hosted a career etiquette seminar to teach students how to carry themselves at an interview, such as what to wear for both men and women. Many students attended the event, some were prepared, and some felt that this was a good start.
I thought it was interesting. It was much more interactive than I anticipated. Most seminars like this are really just sitting and listening.
The seminar defined what is unprofessionalism and pointed out a few characteristics of good professionalism. Brandon Butte was the instructor and felt that the seminar was very useful for students, especially in college.
Students expect a demonstration of professionalism when they're going through the job search process. A student needs to be able to demonstrate that they can set themselves apart from their peers, that they know how to behave, how to dress, how to act in a professional setting.
Not only did the event contain information, but it was also interactive by having the audience identify what is good professionalism.
This is not the only career etiquette seminar that the Career Center will be hosting on campus. There are many more to come throughout the semester. In Muncie, Terrence Fullalove, NewsLink, Indiana.
Some upcoming events include the Sophomore Engagement Conference, which is on March 22nd, and the Professional Etiquette Dinner, which is on April 19th. For more information, visit the Career Center in the North Quad. And coming up, find out about the flurry of different weather headed our way.
NewsLink Indiana will be right back with your full weather forecast.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Now, Rebecca, this February we've had weather all over the place. We've had highs and lows, heat, cold. It's absolutely been something that's tough to kind of get used to and feel what you're going to have to do for the next day.
I know, and it's kind of just like that typical Indiana weather, you know, just like you said, one day you've got rain, the next day you've got snow, and then it's like 50 degrees outside.
It's tough to adjust.
And everybody's in shorts, and then the next day they're over here in jeans and boots again.
Right.
So, Nick, what is coming our way for this next week?
Well, unfortunately, we're going to start seeing a huge transition starting with tonight because we're going to be seeing some rain showers, unfortunately. But not only with the rain showers, you can see even temperatures are starting to drop. We got 43 in Kansas City. Look at Denver, 34, 45 here in Dallas, Fort Worth. Now, if we start to pull into the state of Indiana, we have 37 in Muncie right now, 43 in Indianapolis. Bloomington, you're looking at 47 degrees. In Shelbyville, you're looking at 45. Here's what we got for Precision Cast by 7 a.m. You can see all this rain start to pull its way north. This will continue to last till around 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Then we start to see this line right here start transitioning into snow, unfortunately. And the snow showers aren't going to be letting up anytime soon, even into the morning hours on Thursday. Precision Cast with the snowfall amounts, we could see about 2 inches for Muncie, Marion 1.7 inches. You're looking at 1.5 in Anderson, Kokomo just above 2 inches of snow. And we're going to be expecting anywhere between 2 to 5 inches here in the central and even northeastern part of Indiana right now. And unfortunately, temperatures, well, they were a lot warmer. 51 was our high today with 28 being the low. Well above average with 40 being the high and 23 being the low. Back in 2015, we set a record of -3 degrees for the low and 67 back in 1983. And well, there weren't any temperatures that reached 67 degrees. We had Shelbyville as the closest with 56, 53 in Indianapolis, and Muncie was looking at 51 degrees. Well, tonight, 38 degrees will be your low temperature. Rain showers are likely, with winds coming out of the east at around 15 miles per hour, and unfortunately, the change will be 40 degrees. High temperature, rain in the day, mixed precipitation in the evening. Drive carefully, carefully, folks. Here's our 7-day outlook. You can see Thursday we're going to be seeing 33 degrees. Friday we could see 31 degrees. Sunday looking at 58 degrees with sunny skies. But unfortunately those temperatures will start to drop by Monday. 40 degrees will be the high temperature with 36 being a low. And Tuesday, unfortunately, 46 degrees will be our high temperature. So the temperatures are just going to be going all over the place, especially with this rain system coming on through into Indiana. So it's going to be rain tomorrow, and then the next day it'll be snow the next, unfortunately.
Over the course of the week, no consistency coming. Do we have any consistency coming even in the later weeks?
Unfortunately, no, we will not be seeing any consistency anytime soon. It's just Indiana weather.
Take
for
it by
you.
the day. You have to take it by the day.
How much snow are you expecting?
Well, we're expecting anywhere between 2 to 5 inches, 5 being the most. But even in the morning hours, as you can see, we had about 2 inches forecasted at 7 a.m. on Thursday, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Usually we'd be seeing snow fall around 2 inches in the afternoon hours into the evening hours. So.
Yeah, that sounds like normal Indiana weather.
Yes,
so let me
just get used
to it.
Right now, is there any ice? Because I know we had all that wind, the 10-mile-per-hour wind and 15-mile-per-hour wind. Is that going to cause anything like with ice?
Yeah, there might be mixed precipitation around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday into Thursday. And, you know, it's just this mixed precipitation. It's pretty hectic going from rain and then all of a sudden it gets mixed and then goes snow and then changes right back up to rain again. So it's going to be an interesting weekend.
Geez. Well, coming up, actually, we've got some good stories coming up. We'll take a look at how the men's basketball team is doing in Toledo.
Also, we will hear from women's basketball coach Brady Sally. NewsLink Sports is up next.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josh Shelton with sports. Ball State's men's basketball team looks to continue a 3-game winning streak against the Toledo Rockets tonight in Ohio. The Cardinals and Rockets are first and second place respectively in the MAC West coming into tonight's game. Ball State is peaking at the right time this season, having won 5 of their last 6 games. 3 of those victories came on the road. Toledo is on a 2-game skid and will hope to turn it around tonight at home. And now, at the end of the first half, the Ball State Cardinals are down 38-47 to the Rockets. Ryan Weber leading the way for the Cardinals with 15 points and 3 rebounds, and Nathan Booth from the Toledo Rockets has 12 points and 2 assists. After tonight's game, the Cardinals get a 3-day break before hosting the Eastern Michigan Eagles at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Over in the women's world, the women's basketball team is also on a roll with a 2-game winning streak, which helped boost them into second place in the MAC West. The Cardinals are led by scoring machine Nathalie Fontaine, who leads the Mid-American Conference in points with 530 in 25 games. Fontaine is also second in the MAC in rebounds with 248 boards to her name. NewsLink Indiana caught up with Coach Brady Saley for a scouting report on their next opponent, Central Michigan.
Well, you know, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. You know, they're coming off a tough overtime loss against Toledo, so they're going to be motivated to get back on the good side of the ledger. But, you know, they've got an inside presence. They're outside. I mean, they've just got a very good basketball team. They're young. They play enthusiastically, and it's going to be a tough game up at their place. It'll be a great crowd, and we're going to have to be special to get a win up there.
The women's basketball team will hit the road tomorrow as they travel to Mount Pleasant to take on the first place Central Michigan Chippewas. As for softball, for the preseason softball tournament, the Cardinals finished their second weekend tournament, improving to 4-6. That record is enough to put the Cardinals in second place in the MAC West. Ball State has another tournament this coming weekend in Western Kentucky, where they will face some top-tier teams, including Valparaiso. Coach Mike New decided the final pieces to his coaching staff puzzle. The football team announced today the new additions of 2 coaches. New defensive back coach Chevis Jackson and running back coach Kevin Lynch will join the Cardinals sideline for the upcoming season. Jackson spent last season at LSU, and Lynch just finished his 6th season at the University of Indianapolis. Lynch will join his older brother, offensive coordinator Joey Lynch, on the Ball State staff. So we have a big weekend in Ball State sports with games for the men's and women's this Saturday. It should be a good weekend for Ball State basketball.
All right, thank you very much. When NewsLink Indiana returns, keep up with the latest Kardashian news.
And hear about the face-off between Chelsea Handler and Kanye West. Stay tuned.
You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Newslink Indiana. I'm Max Lewis, and here's what's going on in the world of entertainment. Presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton visited the set of the hit TV show Scandal today. Sources say that Clinton is not making an appearance on the show and is just a fan that stopped by for a visit. Tony Goldwyn plays the president on Scandal, campaigned for Clinton during the Nevada primary last week, posting a photo on Twitter and urging fans to caucus for the former secretary. The Kardashian clan came together last night to celebrate the late Robert Kardashian's birthday, including Kourtney Kardashian's ex, Scott Disick. In a Snapchat video posted by Kylie Jenner, Disick can be seen approaching the dinner table with Kourtney Kardashian and their son, Reign. Rob and Kim Kardashian also remembered Robert on Monday with Instagram and Twitter posts. Kim's husband Kanye West also paid tribute to Robert after his Yeezy Season 3 fashion show in New York City earlier this month, wearing a t-shirt that honored his wife's father, the Kardashian patriarch, who is currently being played by David Schwimmer on FX's The People vs. O.J. Simpson, died of cancer in 2003. And Chelsea Handler called Kanye West delusional today. The comedian told Entertainment Tonight that him claiming that he made Taylor Swift famous is nothing new for Kanye. Handler went on to say that Kanye is, quote, not stable and delusional, and that he has been that way for years. Kanye does have some supporters, Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner, just to name two. And that's all for your entertainment news. I'm Newslink Indiana. I'm Max Lewis.
All right, thank you, Max. Now, Nick, can we take one final look at weather?
Yes, we can take one final look at weather. These temperatures and weather has been choking me up, actually. Just did that earlier. Wednesday, we had 40 degrees was the high temperature. We're going to be expecting some rain showers into Thursday, then it transitions into snow with a high of 33 degrees. Friday, it'll be 31 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Saturday, you can look at mostly sunny skies. 48 degrees will be the high temperature. Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies, 58 degrees, maybe even pushing 60 possibly. But then we have a drop off on Monday with 40 degrees being the high temperature, mostly cloudy skies. And then we just go back to cloudy skies, but a little bump up in our temperatures with a high of 46 degrees. Talk about temperatures going all over the place.
Seriously, all over the range. And I know you mentioned a little bit about tornadoes earlier. There's no really shot of us seeing them through here, are we?
No, not anytime soon. Most of that is going to be occurring just down in the southern states. You
just have to worry. Stay down there.
Yeah, you just have to right now worry about just this winter weather, unfortunately.
All right.
All right. Well, that's all tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.